For sure. I just try to bring as much experience as possible, and just knowing how to win a game is huge, and especially in the Big Ten, it's going to be even bigger just because of how good the talent is here. So knowing how to win a game is huge, and winning is a mindset, and winning it can be a habit too. So just trying to bring that to the table, and just trying to bring as much experience as possible, and just trying to just work hard every day and show the young guys how you got to be a college basketball player, and how we got to be to end up making to a Final Four.
Where are you most comfortable on the court? Is it in the paint or on the wing, or?
Either one, paint, wing, up top, down low, wherever coach needs me. That's how I've always been. That's how I always like to play. And if coach needs me to bring the ball up, I'll do that. If coach needs me to guard the center, I'll do that. Whatever he needs on the court, I'll try to bring to my best of my abilities.
What are the major program differences between here and then UNC?
I'd say probably just that's a good question. I never thought about that. I'd say, one, the program differences, well, for me, this is closer to home. In my 3 years at UNC, I barely came back to Pittsburgh to see my family just because we're always working out, and it was like an 8-hour drive, so I was never making that drive and never had enough time on the weekends to fly home. So that was the biggest difference for me so far, and probably just I really like how together this team is. I feel like it's really unique because we're bringing in around 10 new guys and a new coaching staff, and I feel like we're gelling really well, and I feel like that's really unique because I'm coming off a year where this past year everyone came back from our following year, and we already knew each other, we already gelled, and I think it's really unique how fast this team is gelling and how close we're getting with the coaching staff already.
So you know Western PA well. What are your thoughts on State College and Central PA?
It's definitely different. When I came here, I knew that like State College was like, growing up, I called it in the middle of nowhere, just because like I grew up in Pittsburgh and I know Philly, and State College is kind of like in the middle. So that's the way I've always seen it, and it's definitely a different experience. It's because I'm coming also from a big city in Raleigh, where Chapel Hill is, and so I grew up in Pittsburgh and I lived in Arizona, Phoenix. So I've always been like around a big city. So this is a little different. Like I'm realizing there's a little less restaurants and stuff around, but it's cool. It's definitely a cool experience just to see other parts of Pennsylvania, because I grew up in Pittsburgh and I really only went to Pittsburgh and Philly growing up. So I never really been to State College, and I feel like it's pretty cool just because it's like right in the middle and it's its own little unique area.
Now, you're coming from a school where basketball is everything, right? Here, obviously, it's a football school first. Basketball programs had limited success over the years. So how much is the possibility in the time you're here, the possibility of just helping to build a consistently solid basketball culture along with Mike and the rest of the program? How much does that kind of fire you up thinking about just the chance you're going to have to do that?
For sure, that's so big for me, and it's also being close to home doing it too, so it's even bigger for me in that aspect. But it's cool just because at each game you got to lace it up, and that's the thing we learned last year, is that each game you got to lace it up and you got to give it your best effort, because no team will lay down. And I like that this year we're going to be the team that's going to attack other teams, and we're going to be the team with the chip on our shoulder, and we're going to come here and just give it our best and not leave anything on the table when it comes to each and every game. And I think it's a really unique situation going to a basketball school to technically a football school, but it's a really unique situation just because I feel like just bringing as much experience as possible on trying to win at a high level that is necessary at this level to try to make a deep tournament run.
Is there sort of a little bit of a rivalry between you and your brother now, that with the whole Penn State and Pitt thing? Obviously you have UNC, but is there a little bit of a rivalry there?
Yeah, it was pretty funny because I'm the first person in my immediate family not to go to Pitt. My dad played at Pitt, my oldest brother's at medical school at Pitt, my mom was at Pitt, and Cameron played at Pitt. And so I was the first one not to go to Pitt, and instead I'm going to their somewhat rival Penn State. So it's pretty cool, I mean, just to see that.